And for all the Puerto Ricans out
All right, Shy Burgos. This is David Domke. How you doing today, sir?
there. Good, man. How you doing?
Good. Hey, so you live in New York City, but it doesn't look like New York City in your background there. Like what?
Oh, wait. You don't find those things in New York City at all. So no, I am as far from New York as I could be.
Um,
So,
you you're one of our team leads, and where are you today?
well, today I am in glorious Montana. I am currently in Livingston, Montana. We just finished up a turf, and that's where I find myself on this glorious Indigenous Peoples Day.
Absolutely, totally, totally. And they got that big blue sky behind you, man. You got that big
Oh
blue
yeah,
sky.
take a look at that. Take a look at that sky. Take a look at that. See, from New York, I'm used to so many buildings being up in that sky that it it's amazing in and of itself. But when you actually take a look at the nature around here,
Uh-huh.
you just find it fascinating. You find it invigorating. And you find it breathtaking. So, yeah, this is an experience, and I'm loving it.
Okay, great. Let me I like I really like a good map. Okay.
All right.
So I'm
Well,
gonna
I'm a global studies teacher, so maps are great.
okay, great. Let me see here. Let's see. Stop share. Where do we go here? I wanna put you on the map literally here. Um, and where are you at right now?
I am currently right on the corner of Clark and Main Street, right outside of a nice eatery known as Neptune's House Eatery, which we have found to be uh, a nice little spot that offers seafood, sushi. Hold on, little plug. If you guys are ever down here, the place is great. It has great service. An entire Main Street has
You
nothing but great eateries.
you haven't told me the city, but what city are you in?
Oh, city. So I will be honest with you. I have been driving so much that if you ask me for a city, I'm going to ask Google. So Google is going to tell us where I'm at over. Hold on. Let's bring this out. Let's zoom into this map. And as we come into Montana, I am, hold on, while you guys enjoy maps, let me see what my Google tells me.
Yeah.
Because Google do. Yep. So, Livingston is the town, is right here. Hold on. And boom. I cannot share it.
That's good. No, it's good. You
Yeah.
don't need to show it. I'm showing it. So I know Livingston because I've driven through it when I've been coming out of Yellowstone there. All
Hmm.
right.
Yep.
You guys are
So,
down there canvassing the buffalo. What's going on
yep.
exactly? Okay.
All right. Well, what's going on is that we as a team are hitting independent voters. And these independent voters are in what is called the 60-40 range. So they're kind of iffy on who they want to vote for because we're here for, as we've been told, to call him John, but we're here for Senator John Tesler. Tester. Sorry, I always mispronounce names. Please forgive me. My students say the same thing. Mister, why can't you remember my name? I'm like, well, you know that day in which everyone learned phonetics? Well, I was absent that week. So, but that being said, we've been told to call him John because he's a Montanian. He's from Montana. He is a rancher and he works the land like everybody else here. So we've been told to, anytime we talk about him, call him John.
All right. So
So we're here canvassing for John.
you're in Livingston and you got a team there, and I saw some
Yes.
photos. How big is that
Mhm.
team?
Oh, we have about 40 people on our team.
Man. Okay.
40 people. We have 40 people on Saturday. We have about 40 people on Sunday. And today we have 40 people. So that right there says a lot.
That's amazing.
And yes, it is. I find it spiraling how many people to come here and take their and take their effort and their energy. They could be home for the weekend, but they came out here. And what I like to call some of having some of the hardest conversations because these people know.
Hey, can you stop moving and just hold the phone up? It's a little sketchy in and out.
No problem.
Yeah, that's
How's
perfect.
this?
And I'm showing
All
right
right.
now, real quick, before you talk a little bit more, I'm just showing the map from New York City because that's where you live, right?
Mhm.
So
Yep.
the focus here of this podcast episode, and the reason I reached out to you is, Shai, I met you earlier this year, all right,
Yes.
on an educator learning tour. You're one of the folks that we brought on the Institute for Common Powers Educator Learning Tour, our Truth and Purpose
Mhm.
Learning Experience to the American Southeast. Um,
Yes.
and but I don't think that was the first time you connected with Common Power, right?
No, it wasn't. Um, so the first time I connected with Common Power is through a educational fellowship, which was associated with my graduate school, Relay Graduate School for Teacher. And the remarkable Dr. Terry Scott
Yep.
um, came in for 2 days, and she spoke on the Great Migration and her book, Litching and Leisure.
Yep.
Make sure to get that right. And we also had the phenomenal and electric Dr. Williams. So between both of them, they left a lasting impression on me about the importance of not only just education, but getting people to actually be engaged. And as a history teacher, I teach global, and I'll be quite honest with you. I take a look at the large tapestry of humanity from the beginning of civilization to now, but then to zoom in into the United States of America, and then also my own family, who some people know, some people don't. My grandfather and my great grandfather came in from India.
Mm.
And both of them came here with hopes and dreams of a future, and they were able to make a good living. They were able to find their way in New York City, and eventually, down the line, I came about. So after those two tours, and hearing both Dr. Scott and Dr. Williams, made me actually go to the Institute of Common Power and present my application and cross my fingers and go, hey, if I get picked, awesome. I will be honest with you, when I got picked, I was truly excited. And then when I went, I couldn't I couldn't fathom or understand the impact it would have. Just being able to speak to not only intellectuals, other teachers, but also to experience what the people in the civil rights movement went through, walk those roads, talk to the people there, even have a stone from the bridge. And it left a lasting impression that it just takes one person. It takes a conversation. It takes people standing up. It takes you going, I'm going to sit here and do something.
Mm.
And I do enough in the classroom, one kid at a time. I have conversations. I love my kids. But this right here was for them, to be honest with you. I do this so my kids from New York can go anywhere in this great country.
Mm.
You know, uh, my kids come from mixed backgrounds. Some of them speak English, some of them don't. And some of them come from very troubled backgrounds. But they shouldn't be denied that opportunity to go everywhere.
Yeah.
And I have kids that I have aimed toward the military because it was a way out. And I want them to be able to go anywhere in this country and find, veterans assistance. My entire family is military.
Mm.
My brother's in the Air Force. My father was a lifer in the Air Force. My uncle was a Marine. My mom was in the Air Force. So we know service. And we've given a lot to this country. And while I'm not in the military myself, I became a public servant as a teacher. And that's where my road took me. And it took me here. So I am profoundly, profoundly moved and have a sense of gratitude for opportunities like this. So, sorry, that was
Thank
my spiel a little
Man,
bit.
that was incredible. That was incredible. Thank you for that. So you're you're in Montana, you're with a couple other
Mhm.
team leads, you're with this group of folks. When I saw the
Oh,
photos, you guys shared a couple photos in Slack today. All right.
mhm.
And uh I look at that group and I'm thinking you guys are somewhere. I thought you're in Bozeman, so you are. You're roughly in Bozeman out there in
We're
Livingston. Um,
roughly
and
we've been back and forth.
okay, and so you come out from New York. Uh,
Mhm.
I I mean, to be honest, there's not too many people that look like you right there right now, right?
Not at all. Not at all. And it's great. It's great. Um, how's this? This is a funny story. Uh, just to let you know. So my other team leads, my co-leads are amazing. Deborah, Nancy, and Leslie. Oh my God, they are amazing. And we couldn't have done this without them. But some of this is also the story of they're on the west coast of the country coming in, and I'm all the way on the east coast.
Yeah,
So
sure.
yeah, yeah. Why did I decide to come out here? Well, the reason why I came out here is because I have not always been a teacher. I've been somewhat of a roadie. I've done campaigns and experiential marketing campaigns across the country, and I love to travel. And from all of that, I realized that Americans are Americans. We're people. We all want some of the same things. We want life, liberty, and our pursuit of happiness. But in this day and age, when CP said, "Hey, we need some people. Where do you want to go?" I said, "Where's the hardest spot?" Well, we got this guy, John, in Montana. He wins by small margins.
Yeah.
So, that's a tough one. Well, what kind of state is it? It's a deep red state. Yo, send me there. Why? Because I want to talk to people. I like having those hard conversations with people. It's what makes us American. Um, I say this all the time. I remember a time where we could talk, where we could actually connect as people and say, "Yo, I'm an American, and so are you. I just feel a little differently about how this is going to happen." And I look back for those days. I really do. So that's why I'm here. I'm here because I want to talk to Montanians, people from Montana, and I have been told I am mispronouncing that, so they already know I'm from New York. But I tell them I come out here because this is important. This is important. Keeping the big sky, big blue sky is important. Taking a look at those mountains out
Yeah.
there while you can't see them on my camera, those mountains and keeping them safe is important. I want my kids to be able to come out here and take a look at this sky. So that's why I came out here.
What that sky is amazing. Every time I'm in Montana, I just like it's just there's no tall buildings, right? So it's
No,
spectacular. It's just amazing. Yeah. I love
it
driving
is.
across Montana. It takes forever, but it's just like big, big sky. That's what it is.
And I drove last night at night, and so in New York, there's a lot of light pollution. So
Yeah,
therefore, you don't
yeah.
see the stars. But driving here, I was able to see the stars. And I've seen them before, but every time you see them, it's breathtaking. And as a teacher, yeah, I realize that some of those that light up there is millions of years old, but it's
Mm.
still making an impact right now. And that's kind of like how I think about things like this. I don't know the impact it's going to make for me being here, but I can just only hope that someone sees it and maybe follows it one day.
So that's amazing. That you're such a teacher. You're
No,
such and I love it. I'm here for it all. I mean, I'm here for it. It's like it's listening to you is probably how people feel like when they're listening to me. They're like, really? Really? You think
I
the
hope
world,
so.
you know, you're like, yeah, you're like, you really think we got a shot? I'm like, yeah, I really do. And I believe I'm gonna try. We're gonna try.
No, I'm
So
not going to try. I'm going to do.
all
There's a
right.
difference. I'm going to do. I'm doing. We're doing. Now, the try part, I'm an old Star Wars fan, so you
I
might have to,
understand.
this,
I know.
you know, little green guy taught me a long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, there is do or do not. There is no try.
Classic, man. Classic, classic.
Mhm.
So let me ask you this question.
Yes.
It's Monday. Does there school going on in New York today, or is it day off?
No, no. Today we have the day off,
Oh,
which is good. But tomorrow, I will still be here. My students know this. I told them about my last trip, and they were very much like, "Yo, Mister, why you going all the way out there?" I was like, "Have you looked in the mirror?" I was like, "I'm going out there for you." Why? That's all the way out there because it's not just what's happening here. It's a larger picture, man. You want to be able to, when you're 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, to go places and they welcome you with open arms. So that's why I'm doing this. And yeah.
but
And yes.
and so how are the doors out there today?
All right. So the doors today, so some of the challenges here. And while I love to talk about very positively about it, there are still challenges. Some of the challenges we have are the spreading of the districts and the doors. It's big space out here,
Yeah.
and it's a big space between door to door. So getting to those spaces becomes a little bit of a problem. We keep that in stride. And then the knocking on the doors. Well, today and Sunday have been better days. On Saturday, we had rougher territory, and it was a good way to cut our teeth. People had hard conversations. And at Saturday, I'm not gonna lie, people were a little disheartened. Some people were a little bit more invigorated. But Sunday we went back out, and Sunday we enjoyed each other's companies. We talked, we had lunches, and not only did our energy go up, but the energy of the people we talked to. We were able to have conversations. Some of them were leaning, some of them were a little bit more open. And as we knocked on those doors, more people started talking to us. And today, we've had actually more doors opened up today because it is a holiday or a holiday for us. And people have been opening up their doors and having
Uh-huh.
good conversation.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Uh, so it's lunchtime. You doing lunch right now? Is that what you're doing?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. So at dinner time, does everybody come back together at dinner for you all, or how do you do it?
Okay, so this is how we do it. We have a morning meeting in which we, discuss some of the things we're going to go out doing. We're giving out our territories and our car groups. Because some of the territories are so large, we put two cars together. I think BB, or we like to call her BA Bin, she'll tell you exactly why we call her that. Also gave it the suggestion of the two car groups. So we did. And it's worked out great because of these territories being so large. And, once that happens, we can get through the territories a lot quicker. So now that we're having lunch, we're discussing. From the morning meeting, we talk about ways in which to approach voters, kind of like don't lead with your politics, please, because this is a state that is this very decisive and very, people in Montana are very private, and they're private about their
Yeah.
politics, they're private, period. And so we talk about different ways in which to approach the conversation. You know, we're not here making people feel ostracized or anything. We're here talking to Americans. We're here talking to people. So, we role play through different approaches. And we also take the mindset of how are we going out there? What are we trying to do? At the debrief, we talk about our highs and our lows. We talk about some of the challenges. And, we pat each other on the back for getting through it and helping each other. What I like to tell everybody is that your team, your car team is your team. You're supposed to protect each other. You're supposed to keep each other safe. And the one thing I will say about me and my team leads, my co-leads, is that we like to take care of our team. And that means anything from sitting down with you, walking you through something, hell, maybe even getting you some water, um, to anything. So that's what we kind of do in the morning briefing and then at the debrief at the end.
Wow. Okay. Man, Ben has been telling me how good of a team lead you are, and I know Leslie. Who are let's see, the other two, I don't know who they are, but I'm
Okay,
sure.
so Nancy and Deborah are both first-time team leads, and they are remarkable. Nancy has been doing a lot of our administrative work in the background. She set up our first trip to Bozeman, Bozeman, and set us up with a great restaurant, hotels. Deborah has been also on the back end talking to people on Slack, making sure people feel comfortable and when they're coming in. Leslie is just phenomenal. Period. Period. I can't say anything better about her than other people have said. But is a budding star from the Action Academy, and if she hears this, hopefully I'm going to look forward to seeing her as a lawyer or a prosecutor or something. I'm looking forward to seeing where she goes.
You all land in Bozeman, is that right? Did you all fly into
Yeah,
Bozeman? Okay, so
yeah.
you all fly into Bozeman. None of you live there, right?
No.
And so here comes this 40 people into
Hmm.
Bozeman, and you're all connecting there. That's really, it's amazing to think about that. Like it's like Avengers assembling, right? You're all coming in, and
I know.
you're landing there, and then you're like, and who are you getting the turfs from?
Okay, so we are getting the trust from our partners on the ground. And I will be the first one to say, uh, what I love about our team is that each one of us knows our part. Um, I'm very much a good man on the ground. I can coordinate people, direct them. When it comes to back end and dealing with the partner, Leslie has been dealing with our partners on the ground from the Montanian Dems. Now in Bozeman, we were talking to those Dems in Bozeman from last trip, and they really loved us out there.
Okay.
Um, Here, we're talking to the Dems over in Livingston, which is literally down the block from us. And I can't remember the gentleman's name, but he's been truly helpful for us, giving us our turfs. And when we let them know that some of these turfs might be a little far out there, because we do have some turfs that are about an hour and a half to an hour drive out.
Wow.
And let me tell you about our car teams. Our car teams are taking those things in stride. I can't tell you that, how's it? I am happy for the people who came because I would not go through fire with anybody else.
Hmm.
Okay, well, maybe you. I'll go through some fire with you. How's that?
Thank you, sir. So
No problem.
it is Montanan, okay, not
Montana.
Montani. There's no I
I
in
know.
there. Okay, there's no
I know.
I.
Everyone's been telling me that. And I'm like, wait. Montanian.
Montanan. Montanan.
Montanan, yeah.
Yeah, Montanan. Right, right. Like
Yeah, and try rolling my R's too. That's not happening either.
so let's finish here. You said you're out there because of your students. All right.
Yes.
Because the what are the what do these students look like and where do you teach exactly?
I teach in the South Bronx. I teach at a theater arts school, and my kids are, well, my demographic of the kids are Dominican, Hispanic, Puerto Rican, African American, and Caribbean descent. A lot of them are looking for different types of opportunity within artistic fields,
Mm,
uh, different types of engineering fields. And because it's an art school, a lot of the kids are artists. They have hopes and dreams, and they're looking for something outside of New York. Because while New York is awesome and the Bronx, I love the Bronx. I love the Bronx, and I will be a teacher in the Bronx for as long as I can. There are other opportunities out there. They are, because New York is saturated with a lot, but you can take that creativity from New York and you can spread it across this great country. And you can take that passion and that energy that New York gives you and that you can do it attitude, and you can take that anywhere. And I want my kids to be able to do that. So uh and the diversity of America is what makes it awesome. Where else can you go that you can have a conversation in Spanish, you can have a conversation in Italian, you can talk to somebody who's a rancher, you can talk to somebody who's from like New York City. So
mm.
that's why.
Hmm. And what grades?
Oh, I teach high school.
You teach high school. All
I
right.
teach high school, 10th grade.
Okay. Um, do you, when you tell them you're going to Montana and you tell them this kind of why you're doing this, do they look at you like you're crazy, or do they look at you kind of like,
All the time.
or
All the time. All the time. But this is the thing. I'm genuinely that crazy guy because all right, I'm going to be a history teacher again. Um, in the art of war, it says that in the midst of chaos lies opportunity. And it also says opportunity seized is opportunity gained. And these are opportunities. And I tell my kids and my students that if you notice, I call them my kids. I don't really just call them students, I call them my kids. Um, this nation was built on the ideas of some crazy people. And yeah, I'm going out here being crazy. Hopefully you'll follow.
it's great stuff, man. I know that right now you could be having lunch. You're going to go try to wolf some food down, I'm sure, because you made some time
Yeah,
here. Appreciate it.
no doubt, man. At anytime. And yo, I will see everybody out there on the field. Keep up the good fight, guys. And peace from New York.
All right. Thank you, Shy, a ton, man. Thank you. See you, buddy.
Later.
Bye.